Start. The theme for today's national convention is prosperity through quality and reliability. The roads that lead to prosperity are not many or easy. We in our country are yet on way to this distant and wonderful goal. The theme of the seminar thus became relevant. Prosperity must come from creation of additional wealth. One important way to achieve this is through the optimization of quality and reliability, which helps create wealth at minimum cost to the economy. I feel amazed and somewhat jealous of the tremendous impact quality and reliability has made in almost every activity and even in the way of life in developed countries, particularly in the United States, Northern Europe, and Japan. Whether it is a product for professional application or for consumer application, the norms for quality are very clear and are met uniformly at all times. When a service is rendered and is charged, the results are predetermined and achieved. Quality in goods or services is a necessity for survival of an enterprise. It is demanded by the customers and is received. Perhaps the most spectacular advances made in the concepts of quality and reliability in the last decades or two has been in the field of my discipline, electronics and communication. The impetus, particularly for reliability, came from two diverse fields. First was the discovery and the practical exploitation of devices like the transistor, and the second from the challenges of space exploration. Is quality and reliability a function of the technology we have adopted? We have many industries in our country who have an active or passive collaboration with firms in developed countries, firms which have a reputation for quality and reliability and whose technology we have adopted, and yet we do not always produce equipment of comparable quality. Is quality and reliability then a product of our industrial culture? We are tempted to say yes and recall the apathy of the worker towards quality, the helplessness of the supervisor, the problems of poor quality material, broken down tools, etc. Yet we have a surprisingly large number of small enterprises in Delhi, Haryana, Maharashtra, and also in Karnataka who, with indigenous and of the improvised machine tools, produce products of excellent quality and consistency for export. Is quality and reliability determined by cost and therefore the ability of the customer to pay? This would not be true. A good quality control plan must help to reduce rejections and must inevitably lead to a reduction in cost of manufacture. Quality, if maintained, is added value and not an extra cost. It is important to know that the one who pays the cost is the customer, and if he will not get the quality due for his money, he will go elsewhere with his orders. Is quality and reliability then an element of design of the product? To a limited extent, yes. It is an objective of the value engineering exercise to ensure that the design and processes help in achieving with a small margin a fixed level of quality and reliability. The emphasis here is on the quality levels so that these are no more than adequate. Is quality and reliability an offspring of national attitude and policies? Perhaps the most spectacular example of this is in Japan. How many of us can remember the days before the last war where anything cheap and made of poor quality was invariably assumed and dubbed as made in Japan? But today, the reputation for quality and reliability of Japanese manufacture is one of the highest in the world, and very rightly so. This is true not only in the field of electronics, which probably imposes the most stringent conditions of quality and reliability in manufacture, but also in diverse fields such as shipbuilding, optical equipments, control and process instrumentation, etc. The transfer of technology from the United States of America during occupation certainly helped accelerate this change. Japan is not the only nation that worked this miracle. We see this happening in Singapore, Korea, and even in Hong Kong. These small countries have set up a reputation for productivity, quality, and reliability, attracting and assimilating modern technology not only from Japan but from Europe and from America. In the process, they have achieved a high standard of living and a greatly improved quality of life. My travels abroad have given me a conviction that barring a few countries whose attitude to us is dictated by arrogance or self-interest, most countries have a healthy respect for the Indians they meet and come to know the technologists, the professionals, the teachers, and even the theologians. But as a people, we are classed in that group called developing nations, along with such countries as Burma or Malaya. We are also entitled to a quota of trade with developed nations.